We've had 5 days of top-class international curling here in beautiful Naseby. The Hawkton Ranges, the Black Forest, the Maniototo Indoor Curling Rink, our venue this week for the QRC Winter Games Mixed Doubles Curling Tournament, presented by Forsyth Barr, and we've reached the gold medal game. Our contestants this afternoon, Korea and Australia. Today is Team Australia. Dean, Tally, you've fought your way through a 12-team competition and now you get to play in the championship game. What are your thoughts as you approach this one?
Pretty excited. Yeah. I feel like for me, it hasn't really sunk in yet. That was a real battle out there. Sweden played amazing. They really put the pressure on us. So I think, we're just going to go back, have a chat, and then come back and play hard next game.
Dean, what are your thoughts on the week? I mean, obviously the goal was to get into the gold medal game. Now you're there. And what are your thoughts as you're approaching the game today?
Well, initially it was at least to make playoffs, but we're taking one game at a time now, and getting to the gold medal game is pretty big for us. We haven't been in that situation at an international competition before, so that's a pretty big one for us, and we're going to take it as hard as we can, see what we can do out there.
You made the semifinals of the World Championships last year, and now at this competition you've gone that one better. Do you think that the preparation and the confidence that you took away from Worlds last year maybe gave you that edge to kind of push you one further notch?
There's definitely a lot of motivation, but yeah, we've got the experience, and we've now had experience being in the semi-final and being under pressure to, get that one place better. So yeah, it's a different scenario, but we'll see what we can do.
And it's kind of a sporting cliche, but just another game, or is there something special here?
Well, I mean, if we could pull off the gold, that'd be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
That's what you're going for when you are in the gold medal game, and there's no doubt about it. We'll see how we go, though, and, it's all about process for this one. It's not about the outcome. Do the processes right, and the outcome takes care of itself.
Wise words from Team Australia as they go into the gold medal game this afternoon. And we're joined by Team Korea. What do you enjoy about mixed doubles curling?
Oh, it is really complicated than men's and women's. So we are very thinking a lot.
Yes.
And then I think the playing time is really short.
Everything goes very fast.
Yeah, it is best reason that I like this sport. Yeah.
That's great. Now, congratulations for reaching the gold medal game. What do you expect in the final?
Oh, we played with Australia. Australia won in my pool.
Okay.
So the game is really close. So will be close too, and it's gonna be funny.
I think it will be a fantastic final.
Yeah.
Do you have a message for your fans in Korea?
멀리서 이렇게 응원해 주셔서 너무 감사드리고요. 감사한 마음 담아서 저희가 결승에서 금메달을 따서 좋은 경기 결과로 보답해 드리겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Well, congratulations for reaching the gold medal game, and good luck in the game.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Team Korea. We've met the teams. They're completing their pre-game warm-ups. It's the gold medal game. We started with 12 teams, down to 6 that made the playoffs, and this is how they got here. Playoff games last night. We saw Australia versus New Zealand, Canada versus the USA. Australia won that game to advance to the semi-final. Australia defeated New Zealand in one semi-final, so they've carried that run into the gold medal game. Korea got a bye to the semi-final by virtue of the highest placing in the round robin. They took on USA earlier today in their semi-final. A close game, it went back and forth, but Korea prevailed, and that puts Korea versus Australia in the gold medal game. Sweden will be playing USA in the bronze medal game here in the mixed doubles curling event at the QRC Winter Games New Zealand, presented by Forsyth Barr. 5 days of fantastic play culminate in this, the gold medal game. What a tournament it's been. Dean Hewitt, Tally Gill concluding their final pregame practice. Both teams have an opportunity prior to the game to throw practice stones to get accustomed to the ice before the game actually begins.
This side, that's all.
So the Australian pregame practice time is concluded. Korea threw their pregame practice earlier. Korea has already been assigned last rock by virtue of the higher ranking in the preliminary phase. So they'll enjoy last rock advantage in the first end of this 8-end game. If you've been with us all week, you will know, but if this is the first time you've joined us this week, I'll quickly explain some of the rules of mixed doubles curling. Instead of men's and women's curling, where we're accustomed to seeing teams throwing 8 shots, in mixed doubles curling, each team throws 5 shots. One player throws rocks 1 and 5. The other player throws rocks 2, 3, and 4. Players can change rotation every end if they want to. 8 ends, as we said, 2 players instead of 4. Each team has 1 power play that they can use with last rock advantage at some point during the game. Each team has 1 timeout where they can stop their time clock. Teams have 22 minutes of thinking time to play all of their shots over the course of the game. First 3 delivered stones of the end, you cannot remove a stone from play. You can reposition it. If the stone gets removed from play, the stone gets replaced. All of these rules mean lots of rocks in play. Lots of lead changes, lots of big ends. Very hard to defend a lead in mixed doubles. We've seen so many comebacks this week. And what will this gold medal game bring us? In our pregame interview, we heard Team Australia say this is the first time they've reached the final of an international event. I'm sure the adrenaline will be pumping and their fans back in Australia will be watching intently. For Team Korea, likewise, they've had experience and victories at World Junior level and success at World Mixed Doubles level, but there's something special about a gold medal game. You see Yu Jin and Dean bringing the stationary stones to the far end to set them up. The team with last rock, their stone goes into the rings, into that red 4-foot circle, the back of the circle. The team without last rock, their stone gets placed in a center guard position on the center line, halfway up, right on the World Curling Federation logo. The stationary stones plus the delivered stones mean that the maximum possible score in a single end is 6. We've actually seen that this week. Team USA scored a 6-point end during the round robin phase. Don't see 6s very often, but we've seen a lot of 3s and 4s, especially with the power play. Big ends, lots of rocks in play, so the action is pretty fast and furious. Teams waiting for the official word that play can begin. As we said, these games are played on time clocks. Yi Jin Seong, World Junior Champion in 2017.
All right.
That was actually played at the Pyeongchang Olympic venue. That was a test event for the 2018 Winter Olympics, and he and his Korean teammates won that tournament. Dean Hewitt, Tally Gill, they made the semifinals of the World Mixed Doubles Championship last year in Stavanger, Norway. That was the best ever result for an Australian team at World Championship level in mixed doubles. And that's really vaulted them right into the top echelon of international mixed doubles curling. They're going to be playing a full competitive program this year. They've already qualified to represent Australia at next year's World Championships. That will be next April in Kelowna. So this event, a great harbinger for what they hope to be a great season ahead.
80? Do you like middle or just outside?
Whatever you're throwing, yeah? Let's go.
Okay. Still wait.
You're throwing 75s, I think. Doing pretty
reckon?
close. When there?
80 should be
Here are the
okay.
players And they chat with each other, giving each other numbers, and you'll wonder what's that about. Players are allowed to use stopwatches in curling. They use interval times to gauge the pace of the ice to determine how hard to throw it. So they're just locking it in. And Australia gets us underway in the gold medal game at the QRC. Winter Games New Zealand mixed doubles final.
7, 8.
Line's good.
7, 7, 7. 6, come down. 7, 7, 8.
Line's good.
Shot. Beauty.
Perfect. Nearly perfectly frozen on that back stone. Makes it very difficult for the Koreans to remove. We call that a freeze in curling. Yeji Jang. She represented Korea in the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics in mixed doubles with a different teammate.
라인 계속 가야 돼, 친구야. 고고고고고. 헐. 더 라인이 계속 가야 돼. 고고고고고. 더. 한 11.
Corner freeze.
Maybe fractionally over curling.
잘안 나가지.
Yeah, okay. Make sure we get to inside the nose.
Were you taking it middle?
More. Yep.
Dean Hewitt. Try to draw down on top of that Korean stone. We heard them say wants to get just a little bit inside.
6.
Line's okay.
6.
You will soon
5.
see how important the rock angles are.
Yes,
Really come down here. Got to tie the path.
This stone really curling on this intern side. He's actually going to feather the center guard.
Grab the side path, sorry.
Okay.
Even though the teams do have pre-game practice in the first couple of ends before there have been many stones played, there can be a bit of variation in the
아니면 여기
pace of different paths of the ice. So the players are really trying to lock into that early.
붙이면 1번 안 되지.
되긴 돼. 근데 옐로우에 붙어야 돼.
그냥 여는 게 나을 것 같아.
Korea playing the red stones.
얼만큼?
Australia playing the yellow stones.
80.
There we see their time clock running.
70까지도
Time
나쁘지 않아.
clock stops as soon as the stone is put into motion and into play. We've seen this tactic from Team Korea throughout the week.
오,
Yujin
너무
Seong
얇아.
trying to run back center guards. This one's going to be wide though, and maybe a double clear. Stuffs it, leaves one guard up.
You want to try again?
Yeah. Just corner the red.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just center line, you should be good.
Yeah.
Basic strategy of curling: when you've got last rock, you're trying to score 2 or more points. Last rock is an advantage. You should score 1. If you don't have last rock, you're trying to prevent your opponent from scoring
Where is
2 or more
it?
points.
6, 7.
Line's
So if you can make your
Six.
opponent score a single
Six.
point with last rock, we call that a force.
Yep, straight.
Australia may be thinking about
Six.
force right here.
Line's good.
Not only.
Whoa.
Trying to freeze that red stone.
Yep.
Oh, good looking shot here from Dean Hewitt. Perfect. There we can see the angles.
You wanted it
Yellow
there,
onto
right?
red.
때리면 레드가 나간다.
The yellow stone is struck. The red stone will be pushed on an angle away from the button. So that's a very good spot.
롤도 좋아. 롤?
그럴 거면 아예 좀 있게 가도 될 거야, 컨트롤.
근데 얘가 무조건 빠져, 레드가. 컨트롤?
아,
Yujin just communicating how much takeout weight to
조금만 더
throw.
줘.
Or Yujin say control. So that's not full-throated takeout weight, but just down a little bit to try and preserve the delivered stone.
좀 약해.
얍, 약하면 와.
되게 세.
얍,
비슷해.
Pretty good-looking shot here. Springs them, moves them around. Does preserve his delivered stone out there
Yeah,
on the
play
right-hand
same
side of
shot.
our picture.
Yeah. Same shot.
Yep.
Australia lies 1.
Over here, Les.
This is less.
Okay.
Dean Hewitt. Dean had a terrific game in the semifinal. Some clutch shooting late.
Maybe a hand more.
Okay, well.
6.
Mine's
6
okay.
on its own.
Yep. Yep, straight.
Fresh pass.
Really hard.
Tally
Straight,
Gill
really hard.
reading the
Oh,
line.
you got it.
Hewitt trying to keep the line straight. They don't want it to overcurl. They want to be on the inside of that red if they can, but it does overcurl fractionally.
Let's grab some pebble.
It's okay.
우리가 2번이야.
Just grab some pebble, throwing down a fresh path.
이렇게?
얇게 그냥 따는 거.
그러면
다-
얘가 1번인데? 아, 얘가 2번인데? 굳이?
거의 안 보여.
오케이.
롤 가면 2번 만들 수 있어?
아니, 안 될 것 같아. 웨이트 약해야 돼.
조금만 더 줘.
A little speed wobble out of the hack that time from Yujin.
Yep.
Leaps up to sweep. The dexterity that these players have to do that's amazing. It's a bit wide though. Oh, and he misses the target entirely and picks his own stone out.
Same?
프리즌 별로였나?
You can get here, that's really good.
Okay. Yeah.
But here's just as good.
Yeah. Take the same ice. Bit more.
Yeah, no bounce though, yeah?
Yeah.
So here, there's tolerance.
Okay.
이렇게 더블 못 때릴까?
You like that?
Dean Hewitt explaining
That is draw line,
exactly
yeah.
where
so just
plan A
inside.
and plan B are.
I like that. Hey, just crossing center.
So what kind of split? 80, 85?
80.
80?
Yeah.
Plan A, get the stone there, but he says execution tolerance is
85
a little
tolerance
short.
for
We
sure.
leave it here. That's okay too.
Oh.
Where they really want to be, right there. That would leave Australia lying 2. Would make it really difficult for the Koreans
80,
to score.
85?
Yeah.
Tolly Gill. She's from Brisbane.
84. Eight's
Dean
close.
is
Mine's
from
good.
Melbourne.
5, 6,
Whoa. Mine's good. Go if you
6.
can.
6.
Go.
When I can.
Go.
Eight's good.
Call it. Yep, go.
No line yet. Now it's finally making a small move at the end. Not
Okay.
great.
Okay.
The difference between
Jeez.
good and
Sorry.
awesome is
Sorry,
only
too
the
much
difference of a
ice.
couple of centimeters. The weight was perfect, but it is not frozen to that Korean stone, so now
Okay.
Korea can make a takeout on the stone that Tally just
I'm
threw
It was really good.
and maybe score 2.
세게 하는 게 낫지?
Okay.
Such fine differences here in mixed doubles between awesome and just okay.
Whoa. Clean.
Hye Ji-jung,
Hard.
chance here to make a double takeout and get Korea on the board to score 2.
Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
A very nice shot. 2 it is for Korea. So nearly the corner freeze from Tali Gill, but doesn't get the overlap, and Korea capitalizes. Hye Ji-jang making the nice double takeout on her final stone at the QRC Winter Games New Zealand Mixed Doubles Curling, presented by Forsyth Barr. It's the gold medal game, and after one end of play, it is Korea 2, Australia no score. Just the start that Korea would have been looking for. When you get last rock advantage to start the game, you would love to get a multiple point end first up, and that's exactly what they did.
아, 인터.
After the team scores, the other team gets last rock in the next end, so Australia will have last rock
별을 약간 바꿨.
here in the second.
3번, 4번 더 많이 들어.
끝에 돌아.
Good end from both teams, pretty good execution, just
그게 7반이거든.
that tiny, can't even call it a miss. It was a really good shot by Tali Gill, but just didn't get the overlap that she was looking for. Precision double takeout by this woman, Hye Ji-jang.
텐션만 많아. 웨이트는 안 줬어.
And Korea are 2 up.
라인은 가야 돼. 라인 계속 가야 돼. 라인 헐. 펄라인. 라인 계속 가야 돼. 고고고고고. 헐헐헐헐.
Go, 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 says Heiji. This one, though, is going to come up short of the rings.
Come either way, probably take
얼마인데?
turns.
얘가 안 나가겠다.
Good chance now for the Australians to duck another one in there behind those center guards. They are lined up, aren't they? Tali Gill.
Should be close.
A little bit of a
Five,
lazy handle.
5, 6,
Whoa.
6, 6.
Yup.
One only.
Whoa. Yup.
One only.
Yup. Straight.
One
Whoa.
only.
Whoa. Whoa.
Okay.
Just overcooked it a bit. It's going to slide deeper
Okay.
than they wanted.
이게 13.7이야.
Australia lies 2.
80.
백티. 비슷해.
Yujin Seong.
라인은 약간 많아. 라인 좀 많아, 친구야.
웨이트 굿.
라인 좀 많아.
키.
라인 많아.
웨이트 굿.
라인 스위치 와야 돼.
Wants to weld on top of that Australian rock.
헐헐헐. 스윗, 슛.
Well, just a little
We have a
misjudge
tap
on the
out.
sweep there.
Like to
Waited
tap
a bit
it.
too long and left it top
Otherwise,
forefoot.
just leave a whole
Australia
bunch
still
of
lies
tap
2.
onto.
Hey, you don't like the freeze?
Not really.
What are you playing? Back,
Back
four?
eight.
Back eight?
Back 8.
You like that?
A little more.
Briefly talked about drawing around the outturn side and playing the freeze, but Dean wants to make a play on the Korean stone just delivered by Seong.
Line's close.
Back 8.
Yup. Yup.
Oh, this one is a bit tight. He's going to have to work really hard to get it by those front stones. So close, and he just feathers it.
It's okay.
Okay.
Tap really cool.
오케이.
Well, now this is a pretty inviting short
그래,
tap
템이
for
날
Team
것 같아.
Korea.
얼마나 보여?
80.
탭. 여기 어때?
Just whoever sit there, they just tap it.
더 줄여줄까?
Only need to promote their stone forward about a foot to lie shot. And a very inviting angle on that intern side. Seong.
라인 비슷해.
키 8.
라인 약. 펄 라인.
Oh, this one is going to be pretty tight to those guards as well.
걸린다.
No,
이거
this
뭐야?
is over curling too. It's wrecking. So, back-to-back miscues.
Is there a hole?
I don't think
like
so,
to
Dean.
go?
Not on the
Board.
intern side
I
anyways.
think just with board you can play that. Tick off this one.
Oh
To
boy.
here. If we chip this one, that's okay. Roll to here.
But then they have the tap again.
No, but if we get rid of the red, they've got to tap ours.
So what do you want to play?
I think control through there. Through the hole.
Well, Dean Hewitt sees a hole.
No. The other side. Yeah.
I don't
I
love
think
this
we're only
call.
going to be nose, but that's okay.
Right now, Australia's lying 2.
No, it's through the hole.
Okay.
Dean's up for it though. He obviously wants to play it. Trying to whistle through the tiniest of holes. Pick that redstone off.
Line's inside. Yes.
Got a wreck on the front. Now he's just opened the shot up again for the Koreans,
pretty good.
made it easier for them. Yeah, I did not like that call at all.
스위핑해줘.
Hey? Oh, it was there. Yeah. I could almost
로즈
see the
맞으면 다 안
hole.
빠지지.
어?
로즈 맞으면 다 안 빠지지.
No, but it
정타 맞으면 다 안
hit
빠지냐고?
here
어.
and spin
약간
off.
바깥쪽 맞아야 돼.
Oh,
Yeah.
약간 바깥쪽 맞아.
You'd never hit this side of the
근데
rock.
진짜 살짝 약간
You hit nose and a spin off.
oh, okay. Okay.
Well, that's what would have happened, but it didn't. And so now Yujin Seong with an opportunity to pound his own stone back into the Australian stones and take them right out at the end.
와우! 와우!
Big weight.
샷.
Stuffs them. So there is the opportunity for Australia to score two, that this stone has got a bit of cover.
많이 얇았어야 되는 거야?
Yeah.
Two to come yet.
너무 안에 맞은 거야. 더 두꺼웠어야지.
I think.
Back line?
No, just back four, back eight even.
Okay. 이렇게 쓰는 거?
We want to keep it around so it jams.
Dean can see about half of that red rock on the intern side. He's looking to make a play
You
to
like
it.
that ice?
Just push it back.
Have a hand more. That was the same as my kind of hack weight.
Okay.
Really wants to get all the way to the nose of the shot rock, so he can have a little cover of his own behind that front guard stone.
Straight. Yes. Really hard.
Flirting with those guards again.
Gotta go, sweet.
Dean giving it maximum. Is he going to get it by? No, he will not.
Sorry.
It's okay.
God.
Weight's a little bit down, I think, for the shot.
아니 많이 가. 그래도 낫겠다.
Great chance now for the Koreans to duck another one in if they want to. Want to be careful about setting up a double takeout, though. They don't want to give the Australians a bailout shot that they don't have right now. They might just be choosing to eliminate one of the
바깥쪽으로
Australian
붙여요.
rocks.
좋아요.
별로라고? 바깥쪽은?
난 똑같이. 웨이트는 좋아. 그대로 가면 될 것 같아.
팬이 좀 줬어.
Very consistent delivery Heiji has.
라인은
라인 가야 돼. 라인 계속 가야 돼. 라인 비슷해진다. 얍. 헐 라인. 라이너. 얍. 끝까지 헐.
Great line, but has she got enough weight?
go.
Oh, just tickles that front stone.
Like this. Yeah, it's like half rock.
Okay.
Split that out.
Yep.
That's a shot for two.
Okay.
It's flat,
Put a
though.
peel here.
Okay.
What you got?
Yep.
You throwing it straight or set?
straight.
Okay. That should be close. Just half rock.
너 일찍 넣으면 더 빨리.
Yeah.
아니야, 더 늦게 넣어.
What you got?
The Australians are going to try to hit their own stone.
Two-thirds
They're
still
going to
kicks
try
it
and
out
hit
for
the
one.
inside of the yellow rock, about 3/4, and then get sideways action. Try to push the red stone out the side door. It's very flat, however, tough angle, and so Tally's going to have to throw this one
practically
really
inside
hard.
facing, like,
She has to hit
Do you like normal then?
No, what you got?
there to make the shot just on the inside. Tough shot.
Go!
Needs to curl. I'm not sure it's going to curl enough.
Okay.
Got the little inside roll, but not enough, and it's another steal of a point for the Koreans. So Korea scores 2 in the first. They steal 1 in the second. They break on top early after 2 ends are in the books here in the gold medal game at the QRC Winter Games mixed doubles curling event presented by Forsyth Barr. Korea 3, Australia no score. Gold medal game in progress. Bronze medal game also in progress. Sweden versus the USA. Lots of stones in play there. Sweden up 1-0 after one end of play as near the conclusion of the second end. Keep an eye on that game for you as well. We are locked in on the gold medal contest between Korea and Australia. Great start for this young Korean team, both of them just 22 years of age.
비슷해. 웨이트만 가면 돼. 웨이트만 가면 돼. 라인은 되게 좋아. 좀
Not that
오버컬
Team
있긴
Australia
있어.
are exactly
라인은 오버컬이 있긴
over
있어.
the hill. Tally's only
가야
19.
돼.
Dean just 24. Youth will be served in mixed doubles. It's a very athletic discipline. And it does favor
Try and get to nose or hair inside of it.
extremely fit.
근데 세서 이제
You do an awful lot of sweeping in mixed doubles.
그까지 괜찮아.
Tolly Gill. Even though we're still kind of early in the game, you get the feeling this is a very important end for Australia.
7,
They look a little flat this afternoon.
7,
And
7.
feel like they
8.
just need one shot to turn things around
Gotta
and
sit now.
get a little momentum.
Sit. Good. Shot.
Nice shot.
Shot. 77.
바운스도 괜찮아.
아.
We talked to Team Korea. They did meet each other in the round robin phase. Team Korea said, yeah,
라인은
a really close game with Team Australia. They were expecting this one to be close as well.
약해? 라인은 좀 와야 된다. 라인 계속 와야 돼. 라인이 계속 와야 돼. 오버컬이야. 중간 계속 와야 돼. 와야 돼. 와야 돼. 와야 돼. 와야 돼. 헐. 계속. 샷.
Just clipped enough of the Australian
Devin nose
stone
tap the red.
아, 라인 적다고?
to push it back a fraction and
Might catch on that one.
angle the jam
No,
on the
catch on the red
backstone.
first though.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Just back 8.
Yep. You like that?
A little more.
There is no dedicated curling rink anywhere in Australia. There are ice surfaces. They do curl in Australia, but for national competitions and elite level training, the Australians actually come
Back
right
eight,
here
back
to
line.
Naseby. The Australian championships are actually held here.
야, straight!
Ice conditions, stones,
Really hard, straight!
much better than anything they currently have in Australia. They do have aspirations of building a rink in Australia one day, but
Geez, story of the day.
not there yet. And Dean still struggling. Once again, crashing center guard. Just feeling like he's just stepping his weight down a little
아니면
bit.
여기 프리즈?
I think he
난
could be just
프리즈가
a
좋은 것
fraction
같아.
more positive
Okay.
with his weight.
I think we just need to take a little more ice.
Yeah.
포인트 얼마야?
13초 9. Same age?
Because that's over curling that rock all day.
Yeah, I know.
조금만 더 줘.
Dean and Tally just asking if they're giving each other enough ice for the shot. That's the amount of curl that they
okay.
anticipate.
라인은
라인 좋아. 약간 넉넉해 보이긴 해. 아까보다.
웨이트.
라인 좀 넉넉해 보여. 아직
Ice
떨어져야
conditions
돼,
all week
떨어져야
this
돼.
week have been
여섯,
excellent.
아직 떨어져야 돼. 아직
The ice technicians have done a terrific job
비슷하다.
giving the players
샷.
the best possible playing conditions, and the players love it. They really do appreciate the effort. Great shot there. Absolutely locked.
Yep.
In Australia, looking for momentum, but not finding any here in the third end. Dean Hewitt.
Back 8.
Line's good. Yep. Whoa.
Cue a nose.
Yep. Whoa.
Curl a bit.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's a nice shot.
카드
1번이야.
1번.
Redstones are Koreans, and they are line one.
1번.
But that
오케이, 가드.
stone just delivered by Hewitt. Very usable for the Australians. Tap upable.
친구야, 근데 얼마 보여?
싹 다
I don't know
보여.
how he would say.
공간도 조금 있어.
그래도 카드가 낫겠지.
아,
오케이.
That brushes the target line. For Yoo Jin Seung.
많이 빠지긴 했다 라인이.
라인은
좀 빠지긴 했어.
둘.
웨이트 굿. 세 보인다. 라인 좋아.
Third end of play in this 8-end gold medal game. Australia with last rock here in the third, trying to get something going.
아니 그냥 앞에 놓자. 비슷해. 샷.
하나 더 프리스타.
Guard stone, but maybe a little deeper than they
근데
would have
너무
liked.
딱 붙어버리면
Fraction
뒤에
high side.
그러니까 이렇게.
Yeah?
아.
Fraction high side. Keep it here.
오케이.
Both reds should go.
근데
Heel.
짧아버리면은.
Just like 3/4. No, just a hair off nose even. Less. Oh, fraction more. Yep.
Dean's eyeing up a double raise takeout. Red onto yellow. On the inside of that red, push that red out that way. Push this red out that way. Has to be really precise with his contact point on the front red. Just watching it go. Is it
Real
going
close.
to curl enough?
Ah.
Well, not exactly what he wanted, but Australia does lie too.
뭐지? 아니면 얇게 날려도 되고.
Jeez.
Needed to catch that a little bit higher to make the shot that he really
얼마나
wanted to
보이는데?
make.
근데 생각보다 많이 안 보이긴
Still
해.
very good.
범퍼 좋은데.
한 3분의 1밖에 안 보이긴 해.
근데 컬이 많아서 범퍼도 괜찮을 것 같아.
Heiji can draw right down though to that
범.
shot on the button.
어때?
괜찮은 것 같아.
근데 그렇게 셀 필요는 없어.
She can actually afford to play back line weight and push both Yellowstones. Wants to be careful about overthrowing
약간
it though.
다운이다.
얍, 약하면 아니지. 헐! 헐!
Little narrow on the target line. They're worried about the center guard.
와.
And she's all over the center guard.
와우. 아, 너무 약하다.
아 비슷했을 것 같은데 웨이트는.
Australia finally getting the break they were looking for.
Better.
2 points in the
I'd
bank.
like to be this side of anything. We don't want to kind of tap this.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
Draw for 3 here for Tali Gill.
핸드
Yeah.
더 세게 줬어.
Okay.
Just tolerance ice.
All right. Because even if it's here, that's fine.
Yeah,
too.
absolutely, yeah. That's where I want it.
Needs a piece of the button to score 3. Not a lot of room to draw to, but just enough.
85.
I like 85s.
The last one was 77. It was straight draw weight, yeah? 85 is a good sweeping weight.
So just inside middle.
Just here.
Right into this area.
Ah, okay.
Can't
Got
disturb
it.
this stone though, otherwise
85.
Yep.
Korean rock could outcount it. Judgment on the distance will be in the hands of Dean Hewitt as the sweeper.
It should be
Love
there.
that size.
Okay. It's
Whoa,
line
line's
only.
okay. Whoa! Line's okay!
They're happy with the line of the shot.
Whoa.
They can also
Play
use the
off the
red
red.
as a...
We play off the red.
They can hit the red and still make the shot. Dean
Play off
asking
the
for
red.
some
Has to
input.
be
He's
red.
not getting
Has
any.
to be the red. Okay.
Yeah.
2 yellow.
Two yellow.
Had to play off the red.
2 yellow. Dean recognizes he hit the hog line. That had too much weight. He was asking
Okay.
Tali for line guidance. He wanted to actually hit the red stone, and he could have done that if he kept sweeping, but
Okay.
didn't get the line call, so it's only a count of 2 for the Australians. But they do bring it back now in the gold medal game at the QRC Winter Games. Mixed doubles curling presented by Forsyth Barr. Australia, they're on the board. Korea leads it 3-2. Those small things, those little line reads, the ability to adjust mid-shot, go to an audible. The Australians didn't quite pick it up. Dean sensed it, but as the sweeper, he couldn't read the line. He was relying on Tali to read the line for him.
What
Dean
split
knew it
did
was
you
too
get?
heavy. He said, well,
Okay,
let's try to
78.
play to that redstone,
Back
jump
corner,
off
sorry.
it instead.
Okay.
Just didn't pick
Sorry.
it up. And that cost them a point.
Just adjust as we go down.
How valuable will that point be when we get to the
Let's
end
lock
of
it
this
on.
one?
85.
Yeah.
Korea with the hammer now in the fourth.
Gotta go.
Straight, yep!
Need help!
Dean says, I need help, Tally. It's a little bit light. So Tally Gill comes up to join the sweep. This one's going to come up well short.
4 or 5. Right.
Some frustration now on the expression of Tally.
아웃턴이다.
Just 19 years of age. This is, as a competitive player, you get into these gold medal game situations, and yeah, you're going to miss shots. It's kind of how you recover from them that's important.
라인은.
라인 비슷해. 라인 좀 많아.
This
비슷해,
game,
좀 돌아야 돼.
physical
돌고
strength and
있어.
skill required, absolutely,
가면
but
돼.
mental
라인 되게
toughness
좋아.
is demanded.
헐.
This game will find you out if you're not mentally tough.
찝.
Come down to the back one.
아?
Freeze the back.
얼마인데?
7번.
Korea lies 2 behind those center guards, well protected.
More.
Dean Hewitt says, we can still get to that back stone. I want to freeze to it.
라인 tight.
7.
Whoa.
7.
Straight.
6.
He thinks the weight's okay. How's the line? Now it's really making a move.
Really high.
You got to get it by that stone in the front 8 foot. They can't clip it. They're by it. Oh, super shot, Dean Hewitt. That's a pistol.
I think I touched this one, but I'm not sure.
하나 더 오자. 오고 네가 런 때리는 게 나을 것 같아.
All 3 guards perfectly protected by those front stones.
바운스도 진짜 좋아.
So Dean Hewitt
Back
elevating his
freeze,
game.
팁, 백티.
오케이.
Yujin Seong.
라인은 좋아. 웨이트만 와.
웨이트 굿.
라인 좀 많아. 라인은 많아. 떨어져야 돼.
웨이트는 좋아.
라인 떨어져야 돼.
살짝 바운스 있어.
안 돼, 안
This
돼.
one's well by the guard,
많이 센데?
and it looks a little pacey. It's going to just graze the Australian stone and flick off to the back of that white 8-foot circle. So
이거 훨씬 많이
now the
쳐야
Australian
되겠다.
stone is
여덟
absolutely
Beautiful
locked
top
on the
eight.
Korean stone at the back 4. Dean Hewitt says, once more, please. Wants to throw the exact same shot. Wants to freeze on the button right in front of his own rock.
Where
Trying
is
to
it?
take the pin away
Six.
from Team Korea.
I'm good.
6.
Whoa. Curl if
6.
you
Coming
can.
down.
Mr.
5.
Curl. Curl.
It's looking pretty
Curl
good.
if you can.
Need to stay with
Two.
this
Curl
one.
it if you can.
2.
Yep, curl it. Really hard. Curl it, curl it, curl it, curl it, curl it.
Okay.
Well, they didn't quite get it up for second shot, but it's in a very good position.
A little wider path and came down a lot.
이걸로 때리는 게 낫긴 한데.
Now Korea is saying we got to open it up.
정타?
Don't mind that at all.
Path to the pin, gone. We need to run these center stones. And we have seen Yujin loves throwing these big weight run shots.
헐!
Heiji calls immediately for the sweep.
오, 오.
Gets a little action, but still leaves the center stones up. Nearly takes his teammate out in the process.
Yeah.
So Australia lying 1, and now they're saying, let's just guard it up. Pretty good shape to get to a steal here. Steal of a single point. That would take us to the 4th end break all tied up. That would be pretty good going for the Australians. They struggled early, but
You like that, Ice?
clawing their way back.
Yeah, I think so. Don't want to quite make center line.
Okay.
Just a halfway guard.
This is all about the line, less about the distance, but all about the line. Just trying to block that in-turn path for the Koreans.
2.
Straight.
2. 2.
Whoa. Well, just has to sit.
1, 2.
Has to sit.
Don't leave a hole.
Well, don't overcurl either.
Sit. Okay.
Not bad. Would have liked it to curl a bit less.
어?
한 번 더는
오케이.
별로?
이거. 근데 여기 스틸이 제일 최악이거든.
The obvious shot is the draw, just to the button for one, but Team Korea always looking for angles and ways that they can score more than one.
아니 한 번 더? 한 번 더 맞출 거면 얘가
They
사라져야 돼.
concede to logic.
좀 안쪽으로.
안 될 것 같지 않아? 옐로 때문에? 아 레드 때문에?
돼, 얘가 더 밑에 있어.
Taking a long look at that center guard run back.
쇼핑해줘.
Trying to drive a front stone into the red. Pick off the yellow. Don't know. I think it's really risky. Yellow onto red, get it by the yellow, pick the yellow off the button. I don't know. It's about a 5%er. It looks like he's going to throw it.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Whoa. Yes. Hard.
Yep, never thought it was there, and it's a steal of one for Australia. So they've brought it back level.
So freeze here.
Nope, my apologies. Still 2 stones to come. A bit too soon with the
He's
excitement.
really
My
good.
apologies, folks. 2 stones to come.
Tolerance is here. Yeah.
There.
Yep. Just draw
Tally
past.
Gill
What kind of split?
weld it behind those center
85?
guards.
85.
Still trying to block that path to that back stone. They'd like to be second shot if they can. But we heard Dean say the execution tolerance, you can be a little bit light, Tally, and leave it front 8 foot. That's still okay.
Whatever draw
Again,
path
it's
is,
more
take
about
that
the
line.
line on this shot.
I think it's just outside.
You got it.
Big shot here for Tally.
Little bit of an extension.
Okay. 7,
Well,
8,
go.
8. Got lots of weight.
Oh no,
We're
this one's
almost
heavy.
back line at the
Whoa.
moment.
Oh,
I still want to
dear.
sit next to it.
Go.
Oh, this is a poor shot.
It's not a good shot at all.
No, it is not.
인턴.
Okay. Okay. 80 with an extension.
Well, the 4th end break arrives at exactly the right time, I think, for Tally Gill. I think it's a good chance just to draw your breath, reset. She has really struggled with draw weight.
Just
Sorry.
out here.
깍정 타.
Not an easy shot here for He Zhang, but
한 7번?
easier than it might have been had Tally made the guard. Needs to draw the button to score.
라인은.
라인 조금 돌아야 될 것 같기도 하고.
웨이트.
라인 좀 돌아야 돼.
키.
This stone also tracking a little bit.
가. 웨이트에 약하면 스위치를 가.
Now it's starting to make a move. It's got less weight than Tally had, but it's got a lot of curling to do. She needs to be full button. I'm not sure it's going to curl enough.
헐헐헐헐.
No, it will not. So it is, in fact, a steal of one for Australia. As we go to the 4th end break, midway through our gold medal game,
웨이트 비슷해.
Australia have tied it up here at the QRC Winter Games New Zealand Mixed Doubles Curling event presented by Forsyth Barr. 4 ends to go. We're going to find out who our gold medalist is, but right now we are tied up at 3. Take a quick peek at the bronze medal game. That one is all tied up at 3, Sweden versus USA. And we're joined now by Sir Ian Edgar, the man who had the original vision that's created what is now the QRC Winter Games. Sir Ian, welcome.
Thank you very much, and great to be here, and we're seeing some fantastic.
Now, when you thought about your idea for winter sports, multi-sport event in New Zealand, what drove that?
Well, we were Pacific Rim countries were meeting, and the Americans had the idea of a summer games, and I suddenly said to Barry Meister, our chief executive of the Olympic Committee, well, they're all Northern Hemisphere, why don't we have a winter games and attract them all? And as you know, we came back, got support from major events, and then employed Arthur Clapp to go around the countries and the World Curling Body and FIS, and they all supported it, so we went ahead. And it's just grown from strength to strength.
It's a wonderful thing. 10 years of curling now at Winter's Games New Zealand. And what do you think when you come here to Naseby and see what this event has become?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, just the enthusiasm of the local community, the continuing in improving in the quality of the competition. I mean, you know, we've got gold medalists here. I mean, it's just fantastic. And the other very exciting thing for the future of the sport is the young people coming through. I mean, when you see our New Zealand team, all 19, 21, who did well, and then these overseas, the Australians, young people. So, no, great for the future.
Tremendous, Sir Ian. And final thoughts, I guess, about the future of winter sport and I guess your own ambitions. You've been an enormous supporter of sport in New Zealand, and we're all grateful for it.
Yes.
You know, what's your future dreams for sport in New Zealand?
Oh, I think just to continue to grow it. I mean, it is now the third largest winter sports event in the world after the Winter Olympics and the X Games, and we just want to continue to grow it. And the amazing support we've had from Sky, I have to say, Sky has delivered unbelievable coverage, and that will help grow the game. So thank you, Sky.
Well, and thank you, Sir Ian Edgar, for your vision for what's become one of the great multi-sport winter events anywhere in the world. Sir Ian Edgar, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Coming up, the second half of our gold medal game in the mixed doubles curling tournament presented by Forsyth Barr. We are dead even level pegging here in Naseby. Everything you'd expect and want from a gold medal final. We started with 12 teams this week. We are now down to the final two. Who is going to be our champion? Will it be Australia or will it be Korea? Tallygill gets us underway in the second half of our gold medal game. As the second half of this game gets underway, we'd just like to take our opportunity to thank the local curling community here in Naseby. The organization, as usual, has been tremendous. I can say that the entire production team has enjoyed our week in Naseby enormously. It's been a terrific event, and we are really, really grateful for all the hard work and support that goes in by the volunteers. That's what makes these events happen. So thank you to them. It's been a great week.
14초 4야. 헤들 있지?
바깥쪽 라인 탔다. 죽을 거야.
근데 있어.
After the second end, I said the Australians were looking for a little momentum. Well, they found it. Scoring a 2, stealing a 1, tying the game up. This stone sliding a little bit deep, and all of a sudden now, that mysterious, elusive momentum is wound up with the green and gold.
Hammer.
Dean Hewitt.
Line's close.
6.
Straight.
6. 5.
Wall.
Coming down.
Yep, straight.
5.
Yep, straight.
trying to hold the line. This one's really moving on this in-turn. We've seen this path really move earlier in the game, and once again, this stone curling is going to corner freeze his own stone. Creating an overlap the Australians don't really want makes it harder to promote them forward.
6도 괜찮지?
6이 좋아.
That gives even more protection to that red Korean stone in the back forefoot. They've got last rock here in the 5th.
비슷해.
라인은?
약간 많아. 근데 끝에 떨어질 것 같아.
6.
우선 웨이트만 와봐.
웨이트 끝.
라인 좀 많아.
좀 있어.
세다. 세.
They'd like to keep this in front of that T line if they can, but it's going to slide past it to the back of the button.
Yeah.
They lie 2 buried. The Australians can follow it down.
Same ice.
Yep.
Hewitt.
6, 7. 6.
Whoa, curl. Has to curl.
Okay.
Curl it if you can.
Can't.
Okay.
Too much space to sweep it, says Dean.
Curl it. Yep. Really hard.
Get a piece of the button.
이긴 한데.
Good
이건 안
weight,
되겠지.
but they had to wait a long time. The line wasn't perfect.
금방
Korea
했지?
lies 1.
Okay. 아니 프리즈.
프리즈가 날 것 같아.
Tough for the Koreans to wedge another one in there, though.
라인 더 준 거다. 좋아.
라인은?
Yijin Seong.
비슷해. 웨이트만 와 우선. 라인은 많아.
See how much effort they're putting into the
라인
sweeping.
많아.
웨이트 끝.
라인 룸. 오. 돌아야 돼. 샷.
That's a nice shot. Sits directly in front of the Australian stone. Now if they hit it, they'll spring the Australian stone back and out.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'll throw a 12, yeah?
Okay.
I must remember to ask the Australians what it is about the number 12 that makes them giggle. Every time Dean says, I'm going to throw 12, Tally goes, ah. So there's something in their
Think a little
past about
less.
that. There is a path to the button, believe it or not. Around that forest of granite. Dean didn't like it.
Under that.
No, he thinks there's debris under the stone.
I don't know.
Whoa.
Just picking out of the hand.
Straight.
Sure?
Whoa.
7, 8.
Great adjustment by Hewitt.
7.
He rattled that stone
7.
around. He sensed that there was something underneath it when he threw it.
Sorry. Just picking. Just going like this.
That's okay.
이거 옷 얼마야?
이게 14초 26.
Yeah.
비슷하네.
That's a horrible feeling when you're throwing. You're sliding along, you're getting ready to release, and then you can just feel the stone grab and grip.
라인 여기 어때?
You know there's something underneath it.
비쌀
You
것
almost
같아.
shake the stone around and you apply extra rotation to try and compensate for the debris. So all things considered, Dean got a pretty good result out of that, but just a little deeper than they wanted.
라인 좋아. 웨이트만. 웨이트만 오면 돼. 라인 되게 좋아.
웨이트.
약간 있어 라인은. 바운스 없는 라인이야.
T.
아직 바운스 없는 라인이야. 아직.
Stone's got a lot of finishing to do. Weight's good, but the line is a bit wide. Creating a huge pocket now for the Australians.
쎄네.
Yeah,
Look at
I think
that.
that's raw. We don't need to. Like that's
It's like a
tolerance.
catcher's mitt in
Like,
baseball.
nah, just raw.
13.
Same ice as mine?
Yeah. Think?
Yeah, I think so.
There?
That should be close. Similar to your draw in the third end, yeah? Where you're fraction heavy?
Yeah.
Pretty close.
This inviting pocket of stones.
Going 80.
Creating a big pocket for Dean Hewitt to draw down into. If you can get it in there, jams
So just straight draw
everywhere you
is the
like.
call, yeah?
Let's finish
Yeah.
drawing the
carry
sunshine
it.
here in Naseby.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day.
Is 85 okay?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So just outside middle, yeah?
Yeah.
Right on the silver fern is what Dean Hewitt is looking for. Tally Gill, my apologies. We're down to the
back a
fifth
bit.
stone.
Yeah, a little bit.
7,
Whoa! Whoa!
7, 7, 6.
Yup!
Line is going to be tight.
Yup!
Trying to hold the line.
Really hot!
Can they get it by those stones in the front? 8 foot. Great brush by Dean Hewitt.
Great sweep.
Terrific job. Wedged right in there now. Dean Hewitt with a mighty sweeping effort just to hold the line straight.
Get by the guard.
Yes, to get by the guard. Absolutely, Dean. You saved that one with your brushing.
이건 안 될 것 같고. 얇게.
He'll be catching his breath, but he won't mind a bit. That's an outstanding result.
버릴까? 아 친구야 들어와 하나 해보자.
Game clock's running.
아니 1번 락 보게.
Neither team in any particular time trouble yet. Really high degree of difficulty shot here for Heijin. Needs to somehow find a path into the pin area.
Yep.
Yujin not laying a brush to it. This one's actually already over curling.
1 yellow.
1 yellow is the confirmation of the score, so back-to-back steals for Australia.
Thank you. Good sweep.
78.
And for the first time in this gold medal game, Australia has moved in front. At the QRC Winter Games mixed doubles curling event presented by Forsyth Barr, it is now Australia in the lead by a 4-3 score after 5.
둘 봤는데 8 떨어졌어.
글로 가자 그럼.
Still very much anybody's game now. When will the teams use their power plays?
하나 차인데.
Korea's thinking about it.
Okay.
They're saying, nope, save it. I think Yujin wanted to play it, but Heiji said, no, not yet, save it. So it goes into the conventional setup, so Korea keeping the power play in their pocket.
Lock it on.
Heiji making the decision, said, no, this is not the time. Save it for the 8th end.
Do you like just outside middle?
Challenge, of course, you may not get a chance to play it in the 8th end. Remember, it's only the team with last rock that can use the power play. Tally Gill, sensational final stone. Great team shot on the last shot of the previous end.
Straight.
Need help.
Need help, says Dean Hewitt. He thinks it's light. Trying to bring this as deep in the rings as they can. They do not want to leave it high in the 12-foot. They want to bring it into that red 4-foot circle. Great effort. Super brushing by Team Australia. Front pin, right behind cover.
The pullback.
It's been a long week for these athletes. Round robin phase, and the Australians have had to win a playoff game and a semi-final. That's a lot of wear and tear. But Dean Hewitt and Tally Gill are still bringing it out there. Maximum effort.
스위치. 고. 어차피 세면 그냥 가.
This stone looks heavy. Really heavy. It's going to go right through the rings. Oh my goodness.
이것도 6이지.
6번.
미안.
안
그럼.
잡히면 좀
Yeah.
얘기하고.
Give me a minute to take my breath. Give me a minute to take my breath.
Dean is pleading for a moment to catch his breath. Fair play.
Pace not bad either.
Oh yeah, shorts tolerance.
You like that?
Yeah. Is that what you're taking?
Yeah.
We are at 2,000 feet of elevation here in Naseby. It's not exactly mountain country, but the air is a wee bit thinner here. Dean from Melbourne at sea level.
Okay. 6. 6.
I'm good.
5.
Whoa. Yep.
5.
Whoa.
6.
Whoa.
6.
Lots of room.
Whoa.
Well by that
7.
guard.
Curl.
7.
They do not want to
Whoa.
bounce. They just want to sit in front of their
Curl
stone.
out.
They don't want to tap
Curl
it.
out.
Dean's pleading for it to curl. Just that
얼마나
little
보여?
bounce.
70.
정타 맞으면 더블이야.
That's the difference between a good shot and a great shot.
70 보여.
100.
A great shot, that stone would have curled another half a rock.
100. 스위핑 해줘.
But because it didn't, 3/4 of it are available to Yujin Seong, and
여기 아까보다 뻗긴 뻗는데.
he can play a hack weight takeout shot and maybe move both
안쪽으로
Australian
아까 많이
stones in
들고
the
많이
process.
80 정도 오는. 클린.
100.
와우.
백.
와우.
다운.
얍.
100.
8. 와우. 와우.
약간 다운.
와우. 됐다.
Pretty good looking line on this shot.
8. 빼야 돼. 뒤에 거.
Gonna
뒤에
rattle them
거.
around a bit. Oh, super shot. Super shot.
샷.
Did we freeze the red?
Leaves Korea lying 1.
약한가?
Pretty close
Oh,
between
좀
the red
약해.
and the yellow for second and third shot.
Yeah.
A really good stone. Dean Hewitt now has to drill a freeze onto that back Korean stone.
7. 6. 7. 7. 7, 8. 7, 8.
It's a little heavier than he wants.
Straight.
Line only.
Yep.
Oh, I got it way too.
Now it's getting better.
Whoa.
It's getting very good. Super shot, Dean Hewitt.
더블.
오케이.
Australia lies
또
1.
더블 칠래?
See that?
확실하게 가야 돼.
That's all right.
얘가 백치에 있긴 해.
지금 봐도 난 나쁘지 않을 것 같은데.
Tally Gill looking on.
바운스?
아니 지금 더블 봐도 나쁘지 않을 것 같다고.
근데 얘가 더 내려와 있어. 와서 보고 가.
Said we could tap that back. So come on down, have a look. Yujin takes a quick peek at the
이게
time
나을 것
clock,
같아.
making sure they've got time to do this, and they do. So it's worthwhile. This is an important
이게
situation.
나을 것 같아.
아 이것도 괜찮을 것 같은데.
어?
괜찮을 것 같은데 지금.
그럼 이게 그 백티라 가지고 하나 더 들어오면 별로지 않나? 그때 이걸로?
많이 보여.
Talking about hitting the back yellow stone, getting a little inside roll.
아 근데 난 얘가 여기 살까봐
this path.
걱정이거든.
Just hitting that stone.
근데 얘가 위쪽에
Springing it
맞아주면
sideways.
이렇게 내려가긴 하잖아.
Maybe enough to push the Australian stone out the side door.
프리즈버리면 하나밖에 못 가. 그냥 막
그러지 않으면? 아 근데 이게 있으니까.
막으면 하나밖에 못 가. 반.
Usually you're trying to knock the stone straight back, but this is a situation where the Koreans are actually trying to knock a stone sideways.
아.
Had his broom inverted, so it was an unusual slide, I think, for Yushin. He's going to nose the back one, no inside roll. Actually rolls away. Lots of Korean stones in the rings, though, and they do have last rock. Australia has to be careful here.
If he ever plays a double, it's only going to here, and it's probably catching now.
Yeah.
Go here. Even here's good.
Okay.
See if we can go right to the face of that yellow.
Yep. Same ice.
Yeah.
Dean Hewitt happy to leave Korea the jump shot off their own. He doesn't think that causes any danger, so he's going to try and draw another one right on top of the pin.
Top ball, yeah.
I think freeze is the better call.
Yeah.
I think so, too. Wants to go directly on top of his shot rock. Doesn't want
six.
to bounce it though.
6.
Line's good.
If he's going to make a
6.
mistake anywhere, it should be a little bit light rather
6,
than a little bit
7.
heavy.
Yep.
Good looking line.
Line only.
Whoa, whoa,
Line only.
whoa, whoa.
7.
It's looking pretty
2.
good.
Good.
Line only.
Straight.
They got to get it by that red one. Oh, Dean.
Sit.
Touch of a surgeon.
Okay, good. Hit. That was a full time.
Australia lies 2.
I haven't been telling you any hope.
It's fine. Just going by feel.
보이는 만큼 맞으면 되겠는데?
Fantastic shooting by Dean Hewitt. Back-to-back freezes
차라리
to the button.
바깥쪽이다. 이렇게 맞아야 돼.
The way the stones are
always
angled,
gonna
even
have
if
this,
Korea promotes their own stone into the button area,
Anyway.
Okay.
jams all over the place. The Australians are going to
Roll off.
still likely be shot.
Okay.
I do think the Koreans are looking at promoting their own stone in the front 4-foot.
60 정도 보여.
Okay.
Yujin lining it up. He's got the broom right side up this time.
Yep. Whoa.
Bringing the heat.
Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Looking to pound these stones.
샷.
Wow.
저거.
Terrific shot. Springs both Australian stones off the 4-foot. Leaves Korea lying 1.
그러니까.
I'm gonna get a tough call. Do you ever play this?
Great if you
Because
make
I think
it.
you're jamming almost all day because you have to make the roll. Yeah? Do you like that?
Yeah.
Do you like throwing like normal?
Yep.
It's like half rock. Yeah?
Play that side.
Right here, yeah?
Yeah.
Half rock. Yeah?
That side though.
Yeah. Should curl a bit here. It's like
Yeah.
normal?
Yeah.
Yeah, about there. Just off the rock.
The play will be to the red stone.
It's going to be just inside a nose.
Just inside
What's
of
the other
nose,
shot
says
we
Dean
can
Hewitt.
play?
Not much else. And you
Just
can
the
come
inside
around,
of
but
the
if
red
you
rock.
do that,
Looking to roll towards the
right.
other Korean stone. Maybe push it out. But they'd be pretty
even
happy.
if we roll into our own yellow, like to hit a third of a rock and roll into our own yellow.
Exactly, they've
At
got
least
options.
we're sitting 2 still.
They can roll here.
So just off the
They
side
can
of
roll
the
to
red.
their own.
Yeah.
Sit there, that would be good.
Like
They
firm
can
normal.
even short roll behind the center guard. It would also be good. Key thing is you have to hit the inside of the red
So
rock.
what split?
Like a 290. Firm normal.
Tali Gill.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Whoa, says Tali. That's a
Sure.
bad sign.
Whoa! Whoa!
Remember, they need the inside. They're not going to get it. It's going to jam.
Ah, all right. Okay. Just remember tolerance for those, Tali.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Well, they quickly patted the ice for a draw for 2, but I'm wondering if Korea isn't had a look, and
어.
8번.
could be a shot for 3 here.
That's all right.
Don't know how long they took a look at who was third shot. Doesn't matter. They've made their decision.
라인 그대로 봐야 돼.
This to put Korea back in front. Little broom clatter there on the release.
웨이트만.
웨이트 good.
라인 진짜 좋아. Yep.
Needs a piece of the red to count 2.
Yeah.
No problem there. Puts it right on the tee line. Nice shot there by Heiji Jiang. Korea scores 2. They capitalize on the Australian mistake, and now it's Korea back in front. At the QRC Winter Games New Zealand Mixed Doubles Curling Gold Medal Game, presented by Forsyth Barr, Korea now after 6 leads at 5-4. 2 ends to play in this 8-end gold medal game. Is this power play time for Team Australia?
Power play on this side.
Yes, it is. Australia with last rock here in the 7th end, and they are electing to use their power play. You can see the stationary stones go into a different alignment. Stone in the rings, behind a corner guard. The idea here of the power play gives the team with last rock advantage. This alignment increases the probability that you're going to score 2 or more points. Keeps the play away from the center. It's interesting to see how teams try to defend against the power play. Some teams try to tick the corner guard. Some teams throw draws into the rings. Let's see what Korea does.
라인 좋아. 약간 오버컬 있을 것 같긴 한데 나쁘지 않아.
Wait good.
센가?
P.
라인은 진짜 좋아.
Korea wants to keep this stone at the tee line. They don't really want to slide deep. Well, it does come to rest just on the tip of the silver fern on the button.
Top 8. 85.
Remember, Australia can't hit that stone.
Yeah.
They can nudge it, but if they push it out of play, that's a foul and the stone gets replaced. Tally Gill. Try to draw around the corner guard.
7. 7, 8. Line only. Line
Dean
only.
has got lots of weight.
Yeah, I know. Lots of weight.
Uh-oh.
Curl up. Curl up.
Hoping they get a little bit of contact to save their stone,
Okay,
and
Charlie.
they do.
70.
Well, they got away with it.
Okay, he's sweeping.
Too heavy.
Yeah.
너무 많지 않아?
Wanted to get some cover behind that
공격이
corner guard,
여기야.
but it's in the open.
Okay.
이게 11조 8.
One down in this situation, Australia will be thinking to themselves, we really do need to score 3 here. They know that the Koreans will use their power play in the 8th.
어딘데?
6.
라인은 많아. 야. 야, 그냥 와, 그냥.
뒤에 거 해?
헐. 그냥 와.
Good.
헐, 라인 계속 오면 돼.
Trying to draw in front of that Australian, lock it on.
헐.
Well, not perfect. Corner frozen.
키가 더 빠른 것 같아. 얘네
이거 가는
것도
게.
7반이거든.
Possible thin inside double if the Australians wanted to play it. Don't think they'd want to. They probably just want to reposition stones. Here comes Dean Hewitt for a look.
I don't want to play that.
Okay.
Not interested.
Sit right
in double.
there
Okay.
for the moment.
Dean deciding that he'd like to just
Tap's okay.
sit in front of the red stone.
Oh, less.
We'll look in at the bronze medal game between Sweden and the USA. Sweden now holding
Less.
an 8-6 lead. Look at that. They scored 4 with their power play, and the USA are using their power play in the 7th end. Dean Hewitt.
Where is it?
7.
Oh,
7.
it has to curl a lot.
7.
Curl.
6, 7.
Line's getting better.
Curl.
6, 7 when I can.
Curl.
Weight's good. We're all there. All there. Good taps. Okay.
Unlocks the red stone.
80 정타.
가.
세게.
스위핑 해주라. 딱 붙어 있어.
아니, 한.
Just that little bounce unlocked the stones, and I'm wondering if Korea's just thinking about blasting the Australians out of there.
셀 필요 없어.
너무.
노말.
Yep, normal weight. It will be a takeout.
정타 맞아도 빠질 것 같긴 해.
잼은 없지.
잼 없어.
살짝 바깥쪽이 제일 좋아.
살짝 발까지 제일 좋아.
Targets the Australian rock.
세다.
와우.
This one's a little
많이
full.
얇아?
I'm not sure it's going to
Wow,
curl enough to
밑에.
make the double. Oh, he does just enough.
슛.
Makes the double,
Ah.
and Korea lies 3. Now you might think about hitting the
throw
stone
like
on the button and rolling it
hack.
into the pile.
Hack.
나쁘지 않아.
Kind of don't mind actually rolling that way under cover.
오케이.
파란색으로 갔어요.
돼?
Yep.
Hewitt electing to throw hack weight at the two stones.
I'd like to get to nose,
오케이.
because that's under cover at the moment.
오케이.
Have a little more.
Trying to get to the nose of the red stone on the left of our picture. Dean Hewitt. Australia trying to manufacture something here with last rock using their power play. This one looks tight. Is he going to get by the corner guard?
Yeah, really hot!
Close. Just by. Great brush. Terrific outcome as well. Nice shot by Dean Hewitt. That was so close to the corner guard.
Sorry, just had to go for
Yeah.
한 판?
스위핑해줘.
우리 게 하나밖에 없긴 해.
롤만 가도 되잖아.
롤만 가는 게 더 좋을
Super
것
shot
같아.
by Dean Hewitt.
Trying to leave that as a catcher.
어느 턴? 아웃턴?
아웃턴 들어가야 돼.
아웃턴?
So now Australia lies second and third shot,
오케이.
Right back there and
doing everything they can to try to keep the three alive. This man's got other ideas. Yujin Seong.
다운. 끝에 컬이 있다.
와와와와.
컬은 끝에 있어.
와우.
약간 다운. 딱 맞는 범.
와우. 노노노노노노노노.
스위치.
와우.
Might get just to the nose. Actually doesn't, rolls inside. So decision time for the Australians, two to come.
웨이트 딱이었는데. 오케이.
너무 밖으로 쳤어.
Alright. 아예
Might be time to reevaluate
like the
your
outturn.
situation here if you're Australia. Looks like Dean wants to just hit the left of those two stones and roll on top of the stone on the button. That's the way you keep 3 points alive, but it's also a way that you might invite a steal.
that.
half rock.
No, like 3/4. You just want to roll a fraction.
오케이.
Other alternative is to play the double takeout now.
Yeah, be close.
Leave yourself lying two separated. But in that situation, you're going to have to settle for two maximum. Dean Hewitt wants more.
워. 워. 켜.
Sit. Sit. Oh.
Sorry.
Misread it again. They were waiting all that time because they thought the stone wasn't going to curl enough, and in the end it curled too much. No sweeping at all. Didn't get the roll they wanted, and so it's a free pass here for the Koreans.
Close.
That is a sweeping error, a plain misread.
It's all right.
그렇게 셀 필요는 없어.
어?
Double here for two.
여기 좀 뻗어.
Even if I made it.
아 라인 어때?
약간 더 있어도 나쁘지 않은 것 같기도
오케이.
하고.
So if Heiji gets a little bit of roll here, get some separation between their stones, she can force the Australians to take a single point, and for Korea, that would put them in perfect position to close it out and win the game in the 8th end.
와우.
다운.
플레인.
다운 약해.
와우. 얍. 와우. 얍. 와우. 와우. 노노. 얍. 얍. 헐.
See how much action they can get on the roll.
아. 쏘리.
Yeah, they should have gone for more. They're still pretty close. Double takeout is there.
I think it's easy to go this way, actually. Yeah? Then you catch up.
약하긴 했어.
Gee, I don't know, Dean.
All day. Half rock.
오케이.
Through peel.
네.
There. Yep.
Will be a double takeout.
Yep.
Two ways
Sit
to
half
make
rock.
it.
야.
Into here.
야. 그냥 세울걸.
Dean's preferring to go off the back stone.
날라간다.
Jump sideways. Push the red out.
아예 갔어야 돼.
그러니까.
Problem with that is if you catch the back stone a bit too thin, you might go behind this stone and give up a steal. Other way to play this stone is hit the front stone first, hit it thin, push that one, but then you're pushing the red stone towards your second counter. So
What you got?
Dean's saying, peel weight, hit it right about there, jump it sideways, push the red. wobbly on the slide from Tally Gill, but clean release.
No.
Well, she's not getting anywhere near the back one. Oh no, she's gonna go right through the hole.
Curl a bit.
Impossible.
Okay.
No, catches it thin. It is a steal of one for Korea.
Okay. They can't take the power play, so that's not bad.
Dean says there is some consolation in this, even though we gave up the steal. That means that the Koreans can't use their power play. The Aussies will have the hammer in the 8th, 2 down, but they will have the hammer here in the gold medal game. QRC Winter Games New Zealand Mixed Doubles Curling presented by Forsyth Barr. We are coming down to the wire in the gold medal game. The Aussies need 2 to tie and 3 to win.
Fine, get our 2 here.
Yep.
That's our situation.
Power play.
Korea leads it 6-4.
Love to take another if we can.
Dean Hewitt jokingly saying, I'd love to have another power play, but no, only 1 allowed per game.
Let's go hard for our 2 here.
Yeah.
We'll get our chances.
Yep.
Let's control that top 4 foot and we'll make our taps at the end. Okay.
Yep.
Just felt that the Australians pressed a little bit too hard to get their 3 late in the end when they had a chance to settle for a 2. But they do have last rock. That's really important.
라인은 좋아. 웨이트만 가면 돼.
2 to tie, 3 to
쳐야
win.
돼.
비슷해.
라인 좀 넉넉해진다.
웨이트.
넉넉하다 아직. 라인 좀 떨어져야 돼.
6.
라인 좀 떨어져야 돼.
키. 웨이트 굿.
Line's not great on this one. Doesn't have any contact at all on the target rock yet. In fact, goes past it and behind it, creating a pocket. That is gold for Australia.
라인 더 줘야 될 것 같은데.
Australia won't mind rocks in play behind the tee line. They can use them. They can manufacture offense that way.
Yep.
Important setup shot here for Tally Gill. Wants to get this one front button behind cover.
Pretty close.
Okay.
5.
Handle.
5.
Whoa. It's right out there.
Okay. 6.
Tracking straight.
6.
Cal.
6. Just gotta sit.
Dean says, I can't really sweep it. It's got too much pace.
Sit down. Sit down.
Want to keep it in front of the tee line.
Shot.
It's going to sit right on the pin.
프리즈.
Shot.
Not bad.
어디야?
Right behind cover.
탑 버튼.
Had to wait a long time for that one, but it did come to rest.
네 거 라인 어디였는데?
Those are the 2 points that Australia needs to force an extra end. Lots of stones to come yet, though, in this 8th end. Yu Jin Seong.
비슷해.
라인은
라인 좋아. 웨이트. 라인 얍. 라인. 웨이트만 오면 돼. 라인 진짜 좋아.
Had fantastic games all week here in Naseby. This one again coming right down to the wire. This one's over curling. It crashes the center guard, so
Like the out turn.
things happening almost too well, too quickly for the
Right on
Australians.
nose.
So everything going their way, but there's still 4 stones to come for
Stop,
them.
mate, it's okay.
But an ideal situation. Remember, Australia, if they can score 3, they can win it right here. Chance for Dean Hewitt to get a 3rd counter behind cover.
Get straight.
This one, though, is going to come near to that center guard. Hewitt giving it everything to try and hold the line straight and get it by that center guard. Is he by? No, he's just going to feather it.
Sorry. Fraction light, I think.
Does wind up cutting off the outturn path a little bit, making it a bit harder for the Koreans to draw to it. Hyujin Sung already saying, I'm not interested in that. I just want to blast that center stone and drive it straight back into the pile.
인턴으로 할게.
Looking at it hungrily like a wolf looking at a steak.
Guard again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hewitt,
You don't
Gill,
like coming in?
only watch.
Then he starts blasting.
Okay.
Blasting is about to happen. Australians holding their breath, hoping beyond hope that this run-back takeout attempt goes past their stones and keeps their multiple point end alive. Eugene Seong trying to drive a stake into the hearts of Australian hopes with this run-back.
Hard! Hard!
Outstanding shot by Eugene Seong. Ray's double takeout kills both Australian shots. Terrific shot.
Yep. Shot.
Yeah, I like the outturn.
That's a fist bump for sure. Is that a gold medal winner? Terrific shot. Still stones to play though. Front stones to use for Team Australia as Heiji Zhang
I need
looks
less.
on with approval.
Less. Yeah.
There is room between the red and the yellow to draw.
Got to make sure I miss that.
Still get behind cover, but this man, Eugene Seong, king of the run back. Dean Hewitt, need to reset, get one in there, start to build it up again. Still now.
6.
Now you're thinking changes. Now you're thinking 3 doesn't seem likely. Let's set up our 2. Get to the extra end.
Get under. Get under.
Oh, it's not going to get by that front stone. It's going to push it on the front 12. So 1 stone is at least eligible to count, but
Sorry.
just 2 stones to come for the Australians. Remember, they need to score 2 to tie. Sujin Song makes his way to the delivery end.
조금 더 줬어.
Korea saying, let's get another one in there.
조금만 더.
They'd like to sit in the front 8-foot circle, the white circle, half around cover, block the path to the back stone on the in-turn side.
비슷해. 웨이트만 와. 라인 진짜 좋아. 라인
웨이트.
조금 있어. 라인 진짜 좋아. 좋아진다. 클린돼.
Wait good.
라인 이제 좀 떨어져야 돼.
Well clear of the guard.
스위치 와.
They'd like to keep it front ring, but this one is going to slide to the T line. Maybe past it. Well, that's a mistake. That's a stone the Australians can use.
Just come
3
here.
feet too deep.
I don't mind that. I think I can at least bury. This way I struggle to bury, I think.
Okay.
A couple of options for the Australians.
Top button.
They're coming into the scoring area for sure.
Just outside.
No, I need more. More, like
Come
edge
out
of
turn.
12. Yep.
Come in turn. It will be the out turn.
라인 이게 딱인 것 같아.
Trying to come around. I'd like to end right about there if you can. Other play would be to come on the in-turn side, but Hewitt saying, no, I think I've got a better chance to bury behind cover. Coming around the out turn. Wrecked the guard on his previous shot, taking more ice this time.
6.
라인's good.
7. 7.
Really important the Australians get this one behind cover.
Line only.
Lots of weight, says Dean. Well by the guard. Is it going to slide too deep? Seong can sweep when it reaches the T line, and this one will slide deep all the way to the back 8 foot. Korea still lies 2.
Sorry.
Now the Koreans can basically lock up the game. If they get 1 more stone into that 4-foot circle, it'll be almost impossible for the Australians to score 2. 1 stone each to come. Timeout being called by Korea.
어차피 마지막으로 너네 볼 거란 말이야.
그러니까 내가 이렇게 오면은
더블이 없으니까.
더블도 없고 3점도 없고 아니면 이렇게만 돼도 나쁘지 않아.
아니야. 그건 런백이 있어서 무조건 갈 거면 안으로 가줘야 돼.
근데 런 해봤자 어차피 2개거든. 근데 만약에 내가
This is one of those situations where I think if we don't do anything at all, can Australia score 2?
나 이게 되게 괜찮을 것 같아. 네.
Sometimes when you make a play, you create a shot for your opponent that they don't have.
네. 째도 돼. 네. 네. 네.
스위핑해주라.
날려도 돼?
Looks like they do want to make a play on the
거기 보고
Australian
그냥
stone in the front ring. By eliminating that stone, you eliminate any chance of losing the game.
저 라인
To
가운데
just
볼
get
거면
rid
좀
of
세게
this
나.
front stone. If they can roll in behind cover,
아이 첫 패스라.
pretty much game
여기
over.
돌진 않지. 이 패스가 2턴이.
아웃 아까 돌았잖아. 이만큼. 조금만 더 보자. 약해.
아직.
약해.
라인이 많아 라인.
No, 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 says Heiji. She says, I'm wide.
오 라인이 많아 친구야. 안돼.
Looking for an inside roll, not going to get it. So,
Gonna play it?
We've got nothing to lose.
'Cause I think that run there jams all day. You can't get rid of this one. You
Okay.
throw like a board waiter through here
생각보다 안
with
뻗는데.
real tight to the guard,
Yeah.
soft handle. Come through here, try and get 3/4 and spill that to here, spill that to there.
oh boy, you're going to need
Okay.
more than board weight.
Perfect board weight.
Yeah.
Again here with a soft handle.
Okay.
No shot here is good. The double raise, red, yellow onto the reds. Dean saying, yeah, that's there, but he thinks that's just going to jam and
Seriously, just like
leave the reds. So Dean's thinking,
real soft.
only shot we have, board weight, skinny the
아니
guards,
저거 완전
come around the front,
Okay. What's
완전
score?
얇아.
just enough weight to
50.
hit the back stone,
How much is the rough
just
draft?
clip the red stone, just move it a couple of feet,
with board.
enough momentum to
soft
push the red across the top of the yellow.
Just be
Boy, oh
perfect
boy,
weight.
this is a super tough shot.
About one rotation.
But one rotation. So they're even talking about
Just outside
throwing
the 8-foot.
less handle rotation to promote more curl.
Yeah. Dead straight with the handle, yeah.
Australia doing everything they can to somehow manufacture a 2 out of this situation.
Nice.
Yes! Whoa! Whoa!
Gonna have to get really close to the guard to make the shot. Oh, a great try by Tali Gill, but no contact on the backstone. So Korea are your gold medal winners at the QRC Winter Games New Zealand mixed doubles curling event presented by Forsyth Barr.
Pretty close.
A fantastic final. Tali Gill giving it everything on that final stone for Australia. Very nearly making it, but not quite. Korea are our champions here in Naseby. Yujin Seong. That run back double takeout in the 8th end, throwing a dagger into the hearts of Australian curling fans. That turned that 8th end around, and Korea holding on for the victory. So we know who our gold medal and silver medal winners are. Who are our bronze medalists? And here looking over here on sheet D, Sweden, USA. As we wait for the confirmation of the final score. Well, are we done yet? Therese Westman, Robin Ahlberg. Team Sweden, are we going to an extra end in the bronze medal game? Taking a quick look at the score, and yes, indeed, that one is tied at 8. So we get a little bit of bonus coverage for you. Our gold medal game is concluded, and we'll take a look now at the bronze medal game between Sweden and the USA. USA stealing the 8th end to force an extra. So extra end action in the bronze medal game. Sweden will have last rock in this extra end. Therese Westman, her teammate Robin Ahlberg. They've got last rock, but Joe Polo and Tab Peterson hanging in there, stealing the 8th and keeping their hopes alive for a medal here in Naseby.
Congratulations. Was your raise taking out the winning shot?
Let's meet the winning team.
Congratulations. Was your raise takeout the winning of the match, do you think?
Oh.
The strong shot that you put through, I think that was a turning point, yes, for the match?
Yeah. In the 8-down, his long back is really perfect, so that is really big shot, so that makes the winning, I think. Yeah.
Is this an important win in your career so far?
This is our first win in New Zealand Winter Game, so I'm very excited, and my Korea fans really liked it. Yeah.
Well played indeed. Thank you very much.
Team Korea, our champions. Terrific game they played. Australia playing well. That one went back and forth, but Korea won their pool, went straight to the semifinals, and they ultimately prevailed. They are our champions. Who will complete the podium? Will it be the USA or will it be Sweden? USA are playing the Yellowstones. Joe Polo sweeping this one up of Tab Peterson. Sweden playing the Redstones. Things setting up pretty well for Team USA. Remember, they don't have last rock in the extra end, so they need to steal. Robin Alberg, Therese Westman of Sweden.
Dean and Tally, you came up a little short there in the last game, but you've had a big week, a great week. What do you take away from this competition?
Well, we came in here just trying to get to playoffs, so, I mean, if you said I was going to get second at the start of the week, I'd be pretty happy with that. A bit unfortunate about how it ended up, but, you know, that's curling, unfortunately.
That run-back shot in the 8th end, that was something, yes?
Yeah, that was a bit... He made a great shot, and he's made a few run-backs this week, and, you know, we're expecting that, and, you know, he came through with a big shot in a big time, and, you know, struggled a little bit after that, but that's okay.
And we're from here for Australian curling. You're off to Russia, I believe, is that right?
Yeah, we're off to Russia right after this, so we fly from here to Russia. That'll be another great experience. We've both never been to Russia, so yeah, we're looking forward to that one, and there's a lot to learn from this event. Just got to keep moving forward, yeah.
Brilliant. Well played. Next time round, you'll nail them. Go for it.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Our silver medalists, Dean Hewitt, Tally Gill from Australia. Terrific performance from them this week, coming up just short in the final, but a team on the rise in world mixed doubles curling, without a doubt. Over in our bronze medal game, things have changed since we had a last look. Things were looking pretty good for the Americans, but now Swedish stones clustering in around that 4-foot circle. Good draw there by Team USA, though. Tab Peterson back button behind cover. Nice shot. Remember, we're in an extra end. Whoever scores here wins the game. It's not how many you count in this end, it's just who counts. Right now, it's the USA with shot rock. Therese Westman. Daughter of Olympic legend Annette Norberg, double gold medalist. Well by the guards. Alberg now sweeping for a little bit of curl. Just nudges the American stone. Actually just nudges it, I think, far enough to keep the front stone in shot rock position, so that could be significant. Joe Polo. Another Olympic legend. Joe has 2 Olympic medals. Bronze medal from the 2006 Olympics in Torino, and a gold medal as the alternate for John Schuster's championship team from 2018 in Pyeongchang. Trying to get behind cover, Tab Peterson. Hoping it comes to rest. It's going to slide a little deep. Does sit in shot rock position. Frozen in front of the Swedish stone in the back of the 4-foot circle. Sweden's got last rock. The USA's got something going. There we see Therese cleaning the running surface of the stone before she throws. It's so important. Robin Ahlberg on the brush. Wants to throw it right on top of the stone that Tab Peterson just threw. Waiting for it to curl. Now it's making a move. How deep will it go? Well, it does get into shot rock position, but there is still the room for the Americans to get another one in front of it. Down to the final 2 stones now. Joe Polo will throw it for Team USA. Wants to sit in front of that stone that Therese just threw and maybe a little bit on the inside of it. Needs to be lying shot after this one, otherwise the game's over. It's the situation the Americans wanted, though, a chance to make a freeze and get a steal. Tab Peterson trying to hold the line straight. Gotta get it by those front stones. It's by the front stones, but is it going to over curl? Whose shot? I don't think they're sure. Well, Robin Ahlberg asking for timeout. Must be close. It's one of these situations where if you can't tell, the end's not over, so you can't ask an official to measure it. End's not over yet. And if you think you're shot, you don't want to throw your last one because you've already won the game. But if you're not sure and then the official comes on and measures and you lose, you would feel horrific. So it must be really close. Joe Polo, Tab Peterson. Joe doesn't look too confident, but it must be close. Therese taking a long look at it. Well, Ahlberg just throwing it away. The Swedes must be very confident because they're not even making a play. So I think the Americans will ask for a measure. Well, what a way to end the week in Naseby. We've had fantastic close games, close finishes, and now we're going to have a measure to decide who wins the bronze medal. So the final act of the play is going to be via the official. Official John Campbell bringing the measuring device onto the ice. And this will determine who our bronze medalist is. We're in an extra end. Whoever scores will win that bronze medal. Sweden think they have it. They threw their final stone away. But it's only the measuring device that's going to tell us for sure. It is in fact red, so Sweden are our bronze medalists. Winning the game in an extra end, Robin Ahlberg, Therese Westman are our bronze medalists here at the QRC Winter Games New Zealand mixed doubles curling event, and a happy smile for their friends and family back in Sweden. They'll go home from Naseby with a podium finish. Well, that is a fitting finish for what has been a dynamite week of curling here in Naseby. We have enjoyed splendid curling from all of the athletes. We've seen some amazing shot making. We've seen fantastic finishes. We've seen great comebacks. We've seen a little bit of everything here in the Maniototo, and we have absolutely enjoyed our week. Medal presentations to come. But we know our winners. It's Korea, champions of the QRC Winter Games New Zealand mixed doubles curling event. Coming up will be the medal ceremony here from Naseby at the mixed doubles curling tournament presented by Forsyth Barr. It's been a wonderful week in Naseby. We've all enjoyed it. And let's take a look at some of the reflections of time in Naseby.
The sport of curling has been around for at least 500 years. It made its debut in the Winter Games New Zealand back in 2009 and has been a permanent part of the sporting schedule ever since. Unlike many of the sports here at the QRC Winter Games New Zealand, the curling events are never at the mercy of the weather, thanks to the custom-built indoor facility in Naseby. The 4-lane dedicated curling rink is the only one of its kind in the Southern Hemisphere. The QRC Winter Games New Zealand will host 5 days of mixed doubles curling action in 2019. The mixed doubles curling discipline made its Winter Games debut in 2018, just ahead of its Olympic debut in Pyeongchang. The 2018 Winter Games winners went on to become the Olympic champions, setting the bar for the level of competition here in Naseby.
I think it's just there's a lot more communication that needs to happen. There's only 2 players on the ice as opposed to 4 in the men's and the ladies, so both players have to pull their weight. But that's the good thing about it, is that you're only relying on one other person. So if they're not pulling their weight, you can kind of kick them in the butt and tell them to get in gear.
When the game starts, you got to go. And in normal curling, you might have a chance to play a little more defensive. And yeah, it'll be decided at the end here in mixed doubles. If you're not starting good, it's hard to come back.
You get to know a lot of people from a lot of different countries, become friends, and also we get to travel the world. So it's basically the perfect sport.
It reminds us a lot of home. This is a very British Columbia kind of feel. So we like it. We really enjoyed being here last time, and it's one of the reasons we came back, was to come back to Naseby. So yeah, we love the getaway kind of that this is.
Well, it's small, but it's nice and cozy. It's curlers are a really unite community, and in a small town like this, it's nice to socialize with others, and yeah, it's nice.
It's amazing. All the country is really beautiful, and even Naseby, even though it's small, it's just like cozy, and everybody are so friendly and nice.
Wow, the rink is. I don't think you could wish for a better one, because it's a perfect 4-sheeter ice rink with good playing conditions, and good stones. It's hard to find some of those, a rink of this kind in many of the European countries where we play at. So yeah, positively surprised about the rink.
One of the only dedicated curling rinks in the Southern Hemisphere. Well, to have something like this in a town of 100, 150 people is great.
Reflections of time in Naseby, the 10 years of curling here in the QRC. Winter Games New Zealand curling tournament. Tournament switched to mixed doubles format a few years ago, and it's really become a specialty. It's been the first stop this year on the World Curling Tour mixed doubles sanctioned calendar. All of the events have been held right here at the Maniototo International Curling Rink. Earlier in the week, just to give you an idea, if you've never been in this part of the country, let's give you a reason to rethink your travel plans. This is what it can be like. In the late evening and the early morning, look at that absolutely glorious sunset. The Hawkton Ranges in the distance. An absolute pearl. One of the most beautiful parts of this beautiful land of New Zealand. Central Otago and the Maniototo Plains. We've been everywhere this week in Naseby. We've been on the ice. We've been around the town. We've even gotten a little bit airborne from time to time. Here's the view from above. Look at that. It's absolutely breathtaking. The Hawkton Ranges, the Black Forest, the outdoor ice arena. And on our left-hand side, this has been our venue for the week, the Maniototo International Curling Rink. And we magically move inside and greet the players here in Naseby this week. 12 teams started, 6 made the playoffs, 4 made it through to the semis, 3 made the podium, and this is what our podium will look like this year at the QRC Winter Games Mixed Doubles Curling event. Team number 1, gold medal, standing on top of the podium, is Korea. Our silver medalists, they gave the Koreans everything they could handle, coming up ultimately just short. Australia will be our silver medal winners this year, and we caught the end of that bronze medal game. It went to an extra end. It not only went to an extra end, it went to a measure in an extra end. Sweden winning that measurement, and so they claim that third precious place on the podium. Sweden rounding out the podium. Korea, Australia, Sweden are your podium finishers this year at the QRC Winter Games New Zealand Mixed Doubles Curling event. We've really enjoyed your company all week. It's been a delight bringing the action to you. Congratulations to our winners. Glad you've been with us on Sky Sport. So long from Naseby.